Hi, welcome to Group 27. We are offering expert advice on policy targets agreement between Minister of Finance and RBNZ. This is our group members. We are going to discuss whether the new PTA should contain a single or multiple operational objective of monetary policy, and if the latter, and whether the new PTA should be extended to include climate change objective, in addition to the current price stability and maximum sustainable employment objective. And now let's pass to Toby.
The current New Zealand's monetary policy operation of the PTA has two goals. The first goal is to control the annual CPI inflation rate between 1% and 3% in the middle term, and it's focused to keep the future inflation rate near the middle point of 2%. The second goal is to support maximum sustainable employment. PTA has two advantages with the multiple operation objectives. First is the policymakers will consider key indicators of the real economy, such as improvements and output in the multiple operational objectives. Second is the multiple operation purpose. PTA can provide great flexibility for the monetary policy to stabilize the real economy.
Price stability and economic growth are pivotal to monetary policy, but climate change with its significant economic impacts must also be considered. Incorporating it into policy objectives can stimulate green finance, employment, and encourage the growth of climate-resilient infrastructures and technology. Aligning with economic development goals, climate change objectives can help stabilize real interest rates. Given that climate-induced disruptions can cause inflationary pressures and economic instability, transitioning from non-renewable energy source to sustainable alternatives not only combats climate change, but also contributes to long-term price stability by reducing reliance on carbon-intensive practices and associated costs. Thus, integrating climate change into monetary policy allows governments to mitigate these risks and promote long-term economic stability, making it a crucial component of modern policy objectives.
Conventional monetary policy to deal with climate change risk will face two challenges. The first one is political constraint. The imperfect monetary policy transmission mechanism will risk the effectiveness of the policy. The second is potential risk. The unique nature of climate risk will have implication for the current monetary policy framework. And if the new phase of PTA also takes into account the issue of climate change, it will inevitably cause instability in the economic market, leading to inflation. Inflation happens at a management level, and there aren't many policies that can be coordinated with environmental concerns at the same time.
A structure should have multiple operational objectives, which can be more flexible to stabilize the real economy than only having one operational objective. In addition to having multiple operational objectives for the new PTA structure, we should also consider climate change. Transitioning from using non-renewable energy to sustainable energy contributes to the environment and reduces businesses' reliance on carbon-intensive practices and associated costs, so it benefits long-term stability. Conventional monetary policy responses to climate risks face two challenges: poor transmission mechanisms and the unique attributes of climate risk. Climate change in policy decisions, such as the new phase of the PTA, may lead to economic market instability and inflation, impacting prices, costs, savings, and currency value. However, policy focus should be on strengthening the financial system, supporting climate transition, and incorporating market-based principles while recognizing the importance of economic markets in addressing complex and uncertain climate risks. The two expected outcomes of the new PTA are long-term economic stability by addressing climate-related risks, since it will be integrating climate change objectives into the PTA. Aligning with sustainability goals demonstrates a commitment to addressing environmental sustainability alongside price stability and maximum sustainable employment. The two challenges of proposing the new PTA are economic market instability and inflation during the first stage. The financial market needs to be stronger, and the policies must be carefully designed based on the specific market conditions. There are a few ways to balance the climate change objectives with the current price stability and maximum sustainable employment objectives, such as developing and employing green monetary policy tools that promote climate objectives while considering price stability and employment goals. Also, promote market-based mechanisms such as carbon pricing or emissions trading systems to incentivize emission reductions and facilitate a transition to a low-carbon economy.
Thanks to everyone. In conclusion, The incorporate climate change objective into the new PTA for monetary policy will help to address environmental sustainability alongside price stability and maximum sustainable employment. By having multiple operation objectives, such as output climate-related risk, could provide flexibility in formulating policy to stabilize the real economy. Also, focus on strength the financial system and the ability of financial institutions to withstand climate transition risk. Therefore, setting new PTA will incentivize emission reduction and facilitate the transition to a low-carbon economic.